Many people sincerely believe that spaying and neutering are interventions against nature, something cruel and unnatural. But if you look deeper, it becomes clear. True cruelty is leaving everything natural without taking responsibility for the one you have domesticated. Imagine a domestic cat. She lives in an apartment, never goes outside, has no access to a mate, but her body still functions. Hormones rage, instincts demand reproduction. She suffers. This is not a whim or a playfulness. It is constant, growing internal tension. Imagine a person deprived of any outlet for hormonal tension for years. Mental health, body, and immunity all suffer. The same happens with cats. Continuous stress can lead to tumors, inflammations, and hormonal imbalances. And this is not rare. It is normal for unspayed or unneutered pets living in isolation. Now, consider another scenario, a cat allowed to roam outside. What happens? All nearby cats smell her scent. They come running. This is not romance or choice. This is violence. Stray cats do not check for infections, do not care about hygiene. Bites, scratches, viruses, infections, all are natural consequences of such outings. And then pregnancy, nonstop, because the body is programmed to reproduce whenever possible. What comes next? Kittens. One litter, then another, then another. Each time the mother's body is drained of resources, calcium, vitamins, strength, immunity. The cat weakens, fades. Chronic fatigue, exhaustion, and then estrus again, because that is how nature works, and no one asks her if she wants it or not. Some try to solve the problem differently, using hormonal medications, but no veterinarian recommends this as a safe solution. Even a single pill can lead to cancer. Research and years of practice confirm this. Then more kittens, lots of kittens. Where do they go? Who will take 10, 20 kittens? Even one is already a big responsibility. The reality is that most newborns end up abandoned, on the streets, in garbage bins, in basements. Some are drowned, some are left at strangers' doors. And all of this is considered natural? Those who talk about protecting nature are in most cases not ready to take even a single homeless kitten. There are always excuses. Children, a dog, allergies, a rented apartment, yet they loudly declare, "We cannot interfere with nature." Those who truly help cats know the truth. They see exhausted mothers every day, emaciated, sick, having fed dozens of kittens. They find newborns in boxes, bags, ditches. This is not a fairy tale or rare occurrences. This is reality. Spaying is not cruelty. It is care. It is protection. It is a way to give an animal a long, healthy, peaceful life without pain, constant fear, endless pregnancies, or dying kittens. It is a way to save thousands of animals from unnecessary suffering. If someone really believes that everything must be natural, let them try taking in several homeless kittens. Let them give birth and raise them. Let them be next to a dying cat whose kidneys failed after 4 consecutive pregnancies. Let them themselves give birth every year or take hormonal pills to feel the naturalness of this process firsthand. Spaying is not about fighting nature. It's about maturity, responsibility, ensuring that the animal that trusted a human does not suffer simply because someone once thought nature knows best. We often say, "It's just a cat, she'll figure it out herself." But the truth is that a domestic cat is not a wild animal. She has been tamed. Her instincts remain, but freedom does not. And in this conflict between nature and an apartment, she lives every day while someone wonders, should I intervene in her fate? What does not intervening really mean? It means leaving the animal alone with unbearable suffering. With wild anxiety, hormonal imbalance, constant estrus, potential sexually transmitted diseases, cancer risk, chronic pain, helplessness. It means condemning the cat to a short, agonizing life, all in the name of naturalness. But there is not a single drop of love in that.
True love is not words, it is actions. It is not just saying, my cat is happy, but doing everything to make it true. That means feeding her properly, treating her on time, caring for her, and, yes, spaying or neutering her. Because you understand that this is how you protect her from all the horrors nature imposed on her body without consent.
Many people believe that a spayed cat loses her femininity, becomes different. This is a myth. She becomes calmer, more balanced, healthier. Her body no longer fights a hormonal storm. She no longer suffers. She no longer risks dying at 2 years old from a tumor or pyometra. She simply lives happily and for a long time. Now imagine how much emotional pain, how many lives could be saved if every cat owner took just one step, spaying their cat. How many kittens would not end up on the streets? How many would not freeze in winter? How many would not be abandoned? Opponents of spaying often say, if everyone starts spaying cats, they will disappear. That is impossible. Stray cats reproduce catastrophically fast. Even with all the efforts of volunteers and shelters, the number of homeless animals does not decrease. We are simply trying to stop the avalanche that we ourselves caused by doing nothing. And do you know what happens to those who finally decide to spay their cat? They see how she changes, how she starts sleeping peacefully, how anxiety disappears, how her appetite improves, how she becomes gentle and affectionate. Her hormonal surges stop, her body no longer wears itself out. And in her eyes you see calm, true, deep, because the pain is gone. Because you no longer force her to live in a vicious cycle of suffering and survival. Yes, spaying costs money. But this money is an investment in her health, in a long life, and in your peace of mind. Treating tumors is more expensive. Giving birth to 5 kittens every 3 months is much harder. Burying your beloved pet from a severe infection is far more terrifying. We are not gods, but we have a choice. And if we choose to bring a cat into our home, we are obliged to choose responsibility as well. We must make decisions the animal cannot make for herself. Not because we have power, but because we have reason. And while some continue to argue about what is right and what is wrong, someone else saves one cat and changes her life forever. That is the answer. Spaying is not cruelty. It is not abuse. It is an expression of maturity, love, and responsibility. It is not interference with nature, but protection from the suffering that nature can impose when the animal cannot choose. You can argue, doubt, look for excuses, but the truth remains simple. Millions of homeless kittens appear not because someone spays cats, but because someone does not. We created this world where cats depend on us. That means it is our duty to make it safe. Every decision you make affects not just the fate of one cat, it affects hundreds of future lives. Because suffering, like love, care, and responsibility, has a chain reaction. If you have a cat, you are already part of her world. Please, be the part that brings her protection, not pain. Peace, not suffering. Long, happy life, not fear. Think and make your choice. And if you agree with this, like this video, share it with those who have not yet decided, and be sure to subscribe because more honest, important, and useful discussions are coming for those who cannot speak but feel everything.